Hi, and welcome to another new episode of the Decluttering podcast with myself, Shelina. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. This week, I have just recovered from being hacked on my Declutter Me Instagram account. It was the most traumatic 2 days of my life from a business point of view. I didn't think I would grieve for a social media account, but I did. I mean, I've had this for 10 years and I didn't have access. I had this person putting up posts about cryptocurrency and about me getting a Tesla. If you know me well, you'll know that I am a BMW girl. So yeah, no, I'm not going to get a Tesla. And, it was so traumatic. And now, people did click on the link that he sent by private message. And so some of them have gotten hacked as well now. So it's just been horrible, and I got judgmental comments from people, like, oh my God, you should be telling people that you've been hacked, or how did you get hacked? And you're like, it happens. I had reasons for clicking a link from a client who had sent it to me like a private message, and it turned out to be the hacker. And I realized too late, and it was an awful experience, and we all make mistakes. And so, yeah, I mean, if you are following me on Instagram, thank you so much. You can refollow me again if you did unfollow or blocked me because of the hacker. It's back to normal service. I do apologize if you did receive a dodgy message from a dodgy person. But yeah, for the people who sent the messages and, concern and love and everything, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Won't lie, it got a bit overwhelming getting, messages from friends, family, client, followers, and then dealing with this hacking and trying to deal with all the stuff. It just got overwhelming. So, I got anxious. So, it happens to everybody. We all have our moments. Mine was dealing with this situation. So I thought I'd just share that with you and let you know, because, first to let you know I'm back on my Instagram account, and also to say, we all have our moments where it just gets too much, it gets overwhelming, things happen in our life, good or bad, and it can just take over and just burden us in a way that you never thought would happen. So yeah, it's been a tough few days, but I'm back. I'm doing a new episode. And, as I've talked about being judged, I thought, let's talk about feeling judged, because a lot of people I work with, a lot of my clients feel judged when dealing with their clutter, with dealing with stuff in their house, or shopping. They feel judged by their family, their friends, husbands, maids, strangers. And it's just not on. It's not a nice feeling. It shouldn't be happening. If you've judged people before, please don't. If you feel judged, let's talk about that today, because I want to help, because I've seen it so much. The judgment makes people feel defensive, wary, tired, afraid to ask for help from the people they love and from third parties as well, because they feel so anxious and overwhelmed and judged because of what they're dealing with. And often there are various reasons why clients cannot deal with their clutter or their stuff in their lives. So they might have mental health issues, they're working long hours, they have children, they have husband, they have other activities to do. They might be dealing with grief, abuse. There's so many other things that could be happening in their lives, which is why, the last thing they want to do is go home and then start decluttering their cupboards and organizing their wardrobes or whatever. It's not just that they buy too much stuff and have no thought of how much they're bringing into their lives. There are nearly always reasons for why people have clutter and why it overruns their house and makes them have a cluttered home. So as well as outside judgment, there is often self-judgment. How have you contributed to this space becoming cluttered? And decluttering can often bring up a lot of self-judgment and judgment from others. So I thought, look, let's talk about that today. Let's talk about this feeling of judgment and how we can try and get over that feeling as well. Because, me, I like to be practical. I like to get on with it and not just talk about the issues, but talk about how we can get over this feeling, or over the mountain that you're in right now. so often clients will talk to me or send me messages saying they're too embarrassed to send me videos or pictures of their space for me to see what needs to be done. As if it must be the worst thing that I've ever seen, and most of the time, no, it's not. I've seen worse or I've seen the same. Like most people who contact me and send me their pictures and videos, it's the same as what I've dealt with before. And I am weird that I get very, very excited seeing this stuff because I want to see what needs to be done. So my mind works differently, that I see the clutter, but I also see what can be done to make it become organized, become decluttered, and what needs to be done in that space. So I get really excited. So I'll send messages like, "This is awesome. I can't wait to deal with it." And they're like, "What is wrong with you? Are you mad? Like, this is not great." And it's like, no, this is great. Like, if it wasn't for your clutter and your house with stuff, I wouldn't have my business. I wouldn't have my podcast. I wouldn't have my job. Like, I wouldn't be doing this. This is something that I love. So it's, I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for having these houses and these things and this clutter. So, oh my God, it makes me so happy. So for me, there's no judgment. I'm just happy that you've reached out to me to help you to take control of your space and to declutter and organize it. And, it takes a lot for you to make that call or fill in the contact form or send the message to say, "I need help. I have clutter. I am feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling judged by other people." So it's always I'm always happy when people get in touch with me. So often whilst working with clients, they will exclaim as well that I'm being judgmental. And that is their perception, when usually I'm the complete opposite and just asking if they need the item or teasing them about multiple pens or t-shirts or shoes to lighten their mood. And like with me, when I'm working with clients, I do a lot of teasing. I like teasing clients, and I don't care if you're, you know, um, a normal person or a shaker or living in a palace. Everyone gets equal opportunity teasing from Shelina with their stuff. And because I see so much of the same stuff and same amount of stuff, it just amuses me. And I will tell them as well. I'll be like, "I'm teasing you, but actually I've seen the same with somebody else, like millions of handbags or something." And everybody in this world has a lot of a certain thing. Everybody has it. So yours might be having a lot of pens, having a lot of t-shirts. Mine is, I have a huge collection of Havaiana flip-flops. That is my thing. So I have about 20, 30 pairs between here and the UK because my mum likes taking my flip-flops. But I wear them all the time. So I wear them for work. So you'll know me because I wear them because they're easy to take off and then change into house slippers if I'm in somebody's house. And I wear them outside as well. I am incapable of wearing closed shoes now because all I do is wear Havaiana flip-flops. So that's my thing. That makes me happy. So you might have the same, and clients often have the same thing as well. So they might perceive that me going, "Oh, this is your thing," as judgy, but it's not. I'm there as a professional organizer to question you on your excess. And to, by questioning and making the comments, it's to establish what the underlying reason is. So with me, I have conversations with people and then we'll find out, that there might be other underlying issues that they hadn't thought would be the reason why they had the clutter. So why, and friends and family might have asked the same questions, but you got defensive. But with me, it's a third party who doesn't have a relationship with you, has no emotional ties, and just wants to get to the bottom of it to help you to declutter and organize. So, that's the great thing about hiring a third party who has no relationship to you when dealing with your clutter and your excess stuff. And there's often a feeling that we should be able to do it all. You often think, I should do it all. I should do the housework. I should feed the baby, the kids, clear the clutter, make love to my husband, go shopping, do this, do that. And just saying it all is giving me a headache. But there's, the feeling that you should be able to do it all in reality is not possible. Even an organized person like me needs help to manage my home and my business and my life. So I have a maid that comes to clean the house because I don't have time. I have a PA in my life. I have someone to do my social media for me. I have people to help me and I pay them money to do it because I can't do it all myself. And I live by myself and have 2 cats who you see running around like maniacs today. Um, so everyone needs help, but it's the way you can get help. And people might say, well, you know, my parents or my grandparents were able to do everything um, without getting anybody else to help. But they had a community most probably then. There was like the family community together or the village or the town community. So they would help look after the kids or help fix something or cook a meal if you were feeling ill or you're in hospital or grieving. There was that community, and there is less of that community feeling nowadays, unless you are from somewhere where there is that village or town or street community thing still going on. But for a lot of people, I mean, like for expats, we don't have that community thing. We don't have our family next to us helping us. So it's not that easy to get everything done, as well as working or, living your life or doing the family chores. You don't have that. I mean, it's possible to build it with people around you now, but sometimes it's not possible. So then there's no shame in asking for help to help you to get sorted in your house, because if you don't have people close to you that can help, then you need to get help somewhere, somehow. So get it with a third party. As I always say, if you have a burst water pipe, you would call in a plumber. So if you have a clutter issue, you call in a professional organizer to help clear the clutter and clear your space. And remember that organizers have seen it all. And if they haven't, they will eventually. Our role is to get through the clutter and to organize what is being kept to help you remove that clutter cloud and mountain off your shoulders and off your life. So to get to that point, there will be questions and comments, but it's a form of help and guidance than judgment. So just remember that always. So that is why I say it's best to declutter and organize with someone who's not related to you or friends, because we're not personally connected and you won't be on the defensive then. So I've talked about the theoretical part of this, about the judgment and everything, but how do we get over the clutter judgment, So first realize you're not alone. There are thousands of people, millions of people who have clutter issues around the world. I mean, there are so many organizers out there in the world helping clients. So there must be a lot of clients who need the help as well. So you're not unique in your struggles. Sorry, it's the reality. You're not unique. Only with your clutter stuff. Second, it's your life, it's your home, and any outside parties might judge, but they're not going to help you or pay for you to get help. So they don't matter. It's your home. All that matters is you, your home, your mental health, your life. They can take a flying jump somewhere else if they're going to judge you. That's what I think. And if you do feel judged regularly by your family or your friends or say your mother-in-law, put up some boundaries, say to them like, I love you. I thank you for being there for me. But when you come into my house, I need you to not make a comment about my house right now. I need help. I'm going to get help, but I just for now, I don't want to hear the comments. I will deal with it when I am ready to deal with it. Just help me by being kind, by accepting my life and just going with the flow with me. Don't make a face, don't make silly comments, just embrace me and just don't feel judgy in my house. And if you're going to feel judgy, then get out. Don't come to my house until you stop feeling judgy or until I clear the clutter. But, say that to them, make the boundaries, say, this is how I feel and this is how you make me feel. And this is what we need to do for you to stop making me feel like shit in my house. Pardon my language, but let's call an ace an ace. Is that how you ace a space? I don't know. Anyway, let's just keep it real. If someone from your family or your friends does want to help, that's lovely, but they can only come if they're not going to judge you. And you're not going to feel defensive. If you're going to feel defensive and feel judged, then there's no point in them helping. But if they do want to help, they can pay for you to have an organizer. That's a good way to help. You can get a gift voucher. Like there's a Declutter Me gift voucher you can buy online. And that's great because then you can use that voucher to organize your space. It's a genius idea. I could say, feel love in yourself. And, if you feel love in yourself, then you're going to feel better about clearing any clutter. But that's not me. I'm not one of those lovey-dovey, airy-fairy kind of people, which if you've listened to me for long enough. So, feeling confident and love and not self-judging yourself is a personal thing. And you have to get to that yourself. No one can tell you to get there. It may occur before you declutter or maybe after, but the time will come for you to feel better about yourself and to focus on the next things in your life when it's the right time for you. So self-judging yourself, not loving yourself. Yeah, you're going to have that right now. But when you get to that breaking point or you cross that line, it's going to be amazing. But you have to get to that point when you're ready. And remember, we all feel judged at one point or another, but it's how we deal with it, which will show our true strength. So hopefully you found this episode not judgy and helpful and inspirational as well. And yeah, I just hope you found it useful and that you feel, and realize that you're not alone on this sort of clutter ride. There are so many people out there who are dealing with the same things, and it's not worth feeling judged, because it's not something to feel judged about and to feel defensive about. I know I can say that, but you have to get to that point of realizing that as well. But I hope this episode has helped you to get nearer to that point. But if you have got to that point where you realize you do need help and you want to get help from Declutter Me, you can get in touch with me at www.declutterme.com and fill in the contact form. Let me know where you are, and I can tell you if we can do a virtual session or a real life in-person session, and I can help you to clear the clutter and organize everything. And also, as I said before, my Instagram is back, so you can follow me at DECLUTTRME on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Snapchat. I think I'm on Snapchat as well. I'm everywhere. So yeah, you can follow me there. Thank you for listening. As always, I do really appreciate it, and I will speak to you next week. Take care. Bye.